Hey, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 18 in my science project of cracking a 1990 top Cello box. Check out my preview video for the explanation on how this science project will test the theory to see if I can build a complete set from a Cello box. I've added a link to my 1990 top Cello box preview video in the description below. With all the packs that I crack, I will share my thoughts and memories about some of the players or cards. After I've cracked the pack, I'm going to choose the best card of the pack. That doesn't mean it has to be a rookie, superstar, or even a Hall of Famer. It can be something funny about the photo, something interesting about the player, or maybe some memory I had of the player from back in the day. Okay, we are to pack 18. Let's get that out of there. After this, only one more row to go. The last 6 packs in the Cello box. Getting close to finishing the science project. So we're still looking for Larry Walker rookie card out of the packs. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see Larry in this particular pack. Oh, the gum came out real nice and easy. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first card, Steve Carter. Came up with Pirates. I don't remember much about him or even how long his career lasted. It may have been all of, 1989. Next player is Steve Sax. So, Steve Sax came off the Dodgers, spent a number of years as an all-star second baseman, moved on to the Yankees in one of those kind of interesting trades, second baseman for second baseman. So Sax went from the Dodgers to the Yankees, and Willie Randolph went from the Yankees to the Dodgers. The memory I had of Steve Sax was when he developed a throwing issue. So from second base to first base, sometimes he just couldn't make that throw. Sometimes he'd go into the dugout, sometimes into the stands. I think he eventually overcame the throwing issue, but it bugged him for quite a while. Rob Ducey came up with the Blue Jays. He was kind of a prospect. It didn't really work out in his favor. Mainly spent some years as a quad 4 player, a really great AAA player, all-star, but never could crack becoming an all-star in the majors. Tom Glavine, Hall of Famer. Tom Glavine, my biggest memory of Tom Glavine is when he went from the Braves to the Mets, and that kind of started the breakup of the big three, Glavine, Smoltz, and Maddox. Won 300 games as a starter. He didn't have blazing stuff. I mean, he really, like Maddox, knew how to pitch to spots and get out. Scott Terry, with Cardinals, pretty much middle innings guy. Spent some time with the Cardinals, spent some time with the Reds. Dante Bichette, I believe, no, Dante Bichette's rookie year was the year before. Father of Bo Bichette, who's a big-time prospect of the Blue Jays. Dante was a power hitter. Spent time with the Angels, Brewers, and Rockies. Really became an all-star with the Rockies in the rarefied air. Could hit a lot of home runs and hit for a high average. Wasn't the greatest fielder. All right, cool. Another one of the special Nolan Ryan cards. So there's a 5,000 subset with Nolan Ryan, and it has each of his stops. So first with the Mets, then the Angels, Astros, and then Rangers. This is a cool subset. I'm hoping to get the entire subset out of the Cello box. Okay, next card, Juan Berenguer. Middle reliever, spent time with the Twins, Tigers, a couple other teams. Jerry Royce, another one of those ageless wonders. He was probably only about 30, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 in this photo. Maybe he could have been closer to 40, but along with, Charlie Huff and Phil Niekro, they just looked ancient. Royce was a pretty good left-handed pitcher. This is toward the end of his career, and I think, yeah, he had over 200 wins, 220 wins against 191 losses, so pretty much a 500 pitcher, but he had some great years. Mark Lemke, second baseman with the Braves. My memory of Mark Lemke was he was kind of that diminutive second baseman along with Rafael Bellard, who made up the defensive part of the Braves run in the early 90s. There we go. Larry Walker rookie card. So Larry Walker, new Hall of Famer. I really think Larry Walker deserved to be a Hall of Famer. I view him as a better player a little bit better player than Jim Rice. I definitely think he waited way too long to get elected to the Hall of Fame. I was really happy to see him make it. He spent a number of years early on with the Expos, then the Rockies. His last year and a half was with the Cardinals. I really enjoyed him on the Cardinals in 2004 and 2005. Although they didn't get a ring in those 2 years when they really should have, when they were the best team in baseball, Larry Walker to me is an all-star. Dave Bergman, pinch hitter, back at first baseman with the Tigers and Giants. Pascual Perez, you gotta love that hairdo. This is probably my favorite card out of the pack. Pascual Perez always had these crazy hairdos, and there you have it. I think that Pedro Martinez took a book out of Pascual Perez when it came to funny hairdos. Eric Plunk came up with, I believe the A's was part of the Ricky Henderson trade. Was really a hard-throwing reliever. He may have garnered a few saves here or there, but was mainly a middle innings guy. There's our checklist. So kind of the end of the Cardinals, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, and then some of the subsets on the back. Okay, top send away for those. You could pick one of the 6 sets of 10 cards apiece for the glossy All-Star cards. All right, got to flip our stack around here. Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt came up and he could throw the ball hard. Problem was he didn't always know where he was going. He got a lot of strikeouts, but he also walked a ton of batters. And really that was kind of the downside to his career. He spent a number of years with the Rangers and I think the A's, but because he couldn't control his fastball, the walks really got to him. Bob Milacki. I don't remember much about Bob Milacki. He may have had a good year or two, but not recalling too much. Jim Deshaies was a lefty starting pitcher. Had some pretty good years with the Astros. I believe he was part of their NL West winning team in 1986. Yeah, 1986. As you can see, 49-36. Pretty good ERA. Willie Randolph. So that's really interesting. We got Steve Sachs earlier. So I already talked about the Randolph to Sachs trade. So basically they swapped spots. We might have to see who had the better swap. They were traded at the I guess they were free agents. I thought they were traded. So right here it shows that he was acquired as a free agent. Maybe at the end of the pack, I'm going to have to do a comparison between Sachs and Randolph to see who got the better end of the deal. Lloyd Mosby, outfielder with the Blue Jays. He kind of had an unheralded career. He was a pretty good hitter and center fielder. If you look at his Wikipedia or his baseball reference stats, he was chugging along pretty well, and then he got traded to the Tigers, I think, in the following year and just dropped off a cliff. I thought that I read somewhere that he didn't get along with Toronto management, and so that kind of ushered him out of town to the Tigers. Dick Schofield, his father is also a major league player. His nephew Jason Worth was a major league player, so kind of a 3-generation deal. Schofield was, a good fielding shortstop, but not a great hitter. Jack Howell came up. He was another one of those kind of like Mike Pagliarulo and Rob Deere. Could hit home runs, could hit for power, but just couldn't hit for average and struck out a lot. Tim Baratus, I don't remember much about him. Probably a middle innings reliever. Vince Coleman, one of my favorite Cardinals growing up. Absolutely loved watching Vince Coleman and Whitey Ball. The stolen bases, the speed, the defense, the great pitching. I was crushed in the 1985 Division Series when I think it was right before Game 3 or Game 4. The fastest man in baseball gets caught by the slowest tarp at Busch Stadium covering the infield during a rain delay. If he doesn't get injured, I really think the Cardinals win the World Series. Devon White, early card of him with the Angels. Devon had a great career, with the Blue Jays, with the Brewers. One of my favorite memories was I had the opportunity to go see a game at Busch Stadium in 2001. So Pujols' rookie year. McGuire, it was Memorial Day game. McGuire actually came off the disabled list, or now called the injured list, the day before Memorial Day. So McGuire's in the starting lineup with Pujols. They're playing the Brewers. Devo is playing left field. And I'm sitting out in the bleachers. And that game was awesome. McGuire hits a home run in his first game back. Pujols hits 2 home runs. Matt Morris pitches a fantastic game. The Cardinals win. Devo was hilarious. He interacted with the crowd, and St. Louis fans are some of the best ever. There was no taunting, no mean-spirited, calling, and Devo enjoyed it. He interacted with the crowd. He threw balls up there. It was just hilarious. It was a great memory I have of Devon White, and I think he's a class act just because of that. Dwayne Ward, middle innings guy with the Blue Jays, really the setup guy for Tom Hankey. Brian Downing, he didn't do much early on in his career, and then really late in his career, all of a sudden he just started hitting home runs. And if you see photos of him batting and you can see his arms, the guy is built. Now, this, could have been steroids. This, I think, was in the era before steroids broke out. But if he was working out, the guy was just built like a brick outhouse. Mike Balecki came with the Pirates, had a really great year, never could capture that magic again and just kind of phased out. Ron Darling, he was a pretty good starting pitcher with the Mets in their rotation with Dwight Gooden, Sid Fernandez, Rick Aguilera that helped him win the '86 World Series. He's now a color analyst with TBS and does national games as well. Cecil Espy came with the Rangers, backup outfielder, pinch runner, pinch hitter, had a little bit of speed, decent defensive guy. And our final card in the pack is Mark Grace. Mark Grace, a great hitter, phenomenal hitter, good defensive first baseman. Never hit for a ton of power, but you could always count on him for average and doubles. I thought he was going to be a Chicago Cub for life, but toward the end of his career, Cubs didn't re-sign him, and he moved on to the Diamondbacks and spent a couple of years as their starting first baseman. So I already know what my favorite or best card out of the pack was. I kind of tipped my hand a little bit. But, it's interesting to go back and look at some of the crazy hairstyles from back in the 80s. And definitely, this Michael Jackson made the Jerry curl famous, but Pascual Perez, he had some crazy hair. And it was always, even on this card, you can tell, like, glistening and wet, as if he was sweating a ton. But I'm sure it had a lot of gel product in it. And, my belief is Pedro Martinez was in minor league ball at this time. His brother Ramon was pitching, and Ramon kind of had the curls like Pascual. And I think Pedro looked at it and thought, dang, that's a haircut you can set your watch to. Now, if you know where that phrase is from, in the comment section, tell me. It's from a pretty popular TV show. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, share it, like it. Tell me what you thought in the comment section was your favorite card or best card of the pack. Until next time when I crack pack number 19 from my 1990 Top Cello box. Remember, I'm doing this for science.